one day Suresh Mehta got in touch with me. He lives in the States and he was close to Jean Dunn. As many of Maharaj's disciples know, Jean was got her realization under Maharaj and herself brought out a few books on Maharaj's teaching. This is all after I Am That. Now, what Suresh informed me, which I was quite taken up by, was that there was this whole set of unpublished Maharaj talks which he was working on. A gentleman by the name of Mr. Dinkar Kshirssagar used to visit Maharaj. And you see, Maharaj also had sessions in the evening. One was his satsangs, which was interactions, but he had sessions in the evening, sessions of meditation, of just sitting with people who spoke Marathi in an intimate group. So Kshirssagar used to be part of that, and he would take down notes in Marathi in the same language as spoken by Maharaj. He would write down his notes of what Maharaj was saying. Now these notes are over many talks. They originally were brought out in Marathi, and now what Suresh has done is worked on the English translation of the same. A lady by the name of Mrs. Dungaji had started this process of translating, and he took it over through Jean Dunn's guidance. What really fascinated me was that, firstly, people who are familiar with Maharaj's books will see a big difference in the format of this book, because these are not conversations, these are not questions and answers. That is covered in all the earlier books. These are actually what Suresh has aptly titled each talk as a Nirupana, which I presume Kshirssagar has done in Marathi, because Maharaj gave the meaning of the word Nirupana as that which reveals your true nature. So what we did first is I wanted to make sure that these were not repetitive. It's not that these were already published in the other titles. So our team went through, catalogued all the dates which were available in various Maharaj books, and it was very clear that this kind of material has not been covered in the earlier Maharaj books. So in that sense, I think it is a great gift for Maharaj devotees and followers, because it is really a treasure trove of something pretty different, although the same. But in terms of presentation, it's different. You'll be astonished. It's astonishing to see how similar each Nirupana is. It's like the same thing Maharaj is saying again and again and again. And this book is about, I think, over 300 pages. But each time, there's a nuance on another aspect. So it's not a book which should be read in a linear fashion. It could be read at random. You could pick one up from like page 72, one from page 42. But the consistency, and also what really appealed to me was where Maharaj makes it very clear that he says that I Am That was for then, and these talks are for now. And he gave Kshirssagar the permission, and he was happy to know that these notes of his would be circulated. So Maharaj's blessings were directly on these talks. Personally, I've read all of Maharaj's work, and one thing which I found quite enriching in this entire book is specific aspects like how Maharaj uses the word Guru as the physical Guru as well as consciousness. And there's this play on the Guru word all the time. It's almost as if he's obliterating the difference, And of course, he will keep saying, you are the Paramatman and, you're not the body. All that is the same. In fact, My editor got so fed up of going through this book. So he came to me and he said, each Nirupana, it's the same thing again and again, the same thing. You are the Paramatman, you are the Paramatman, you are the Paramatman. He said it's like Chinese torture. They would drip one drop here on the head till you felt your head was hollow. I think that is what Maharaj is doing. He's trying to just erase all your concepts and your mental constructs and just bring you to the bare bones, And so I was, of course, very closely involved in this book with Suresh. We exchanged a lot of conversations on the phone because it was very important that we both were on the same page, and it's been a real pleasure working with him on this, which I feel is an immensely important book. There are not too many books out. There are a few, but they are not enough. And if they are unpublished talks of Maharaj, then it must come out, and it is coming out, which gives a lot of satisfaction. So readers, I think they should just keep all this in mind, that it's a very different book, and its title is Meditations with Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj, because you will see how Maharaj emphasizes on meditation. Of course, what he means is, to use Maharaj's words, consciousness meditating on consciousness, what he refers to as non-dual devotion. Like he would tell everyone, abide in your beingness, So this book does have a more serious tone in a sense. There are none of those, random powwow sessions which questioners have with Maharaj. That is not in this book. But it is truly meditation when one reads this book. I think once again Suresh has found the apt title for such a book. Now, on a lighter note, when I was going through one of the Nirupanas, I think I've read this for the first time, what Maharaj said, so I'm going to read it out. It's quite funny. So he says, at the core of all living things is the eternal. A fault has occurred in the eternal truth. As a result, we have come to know that we are. A pimple has appeared on the truth. The pain caused by it is felt as I am. The light that comes through a hole in the pimple is called the world. In spiritual language, you may call this pimple an atom. The coming to awareness of the pimple is the same as the consciousness I am. God, who pervades the universe, now dwells in a house of the size of a sesame seed. I think this is a fabulous example. It's so clear. And this is what we all love about Maharaj. You just don't know what he pulls out from where. My friend Suma, as she rightly told me once, I think she knows I'm a Maharaj fan. She said Nisargadatta Maharaj was the Elvis Presley of Advaita.